I don't know if they tossed the babies or if that was fake or not.
Okay. So recently there were some protests in Glendale,
This is the
California
Nickmercs
that
thing.
turned violent. These protests
For the kids.
Yeah, you guys were asking me about this last night here. This will describe it perfectly.
were over the Glendale School Board's vote on whether or not to officially recognize Pride Month in Glendale schools. A video of these protests was posted on Twitter, and then an esports broadcaster called MLG Puckett quote tweeted the video, writing, "This happened 4 blocks from my Overwatch league."
Bro, you gonna fucking eat that or what?
Come on.
I'm getting there.
That's crazy.
It's insane how slowly.
Why does he eat so slow?
It's so
It's good-
fucking
it's
weird.
good.
There's
for
still
you.
half of a sandwich.
It's so weird.
It's so
It's a
odd.
big sandwich.
I eat
not-
most of the time. I eat the other half of his sandwich
Yeah.
after eating my sandwich.
That's only when I'm not looking.
Yeah,
That's just a lifelong thing. And when I grew up, my family was telling me I eat too fast, I'm going to hurt myself. And then I got out into the real world and realized
That makes no sense, dude. He's
you
half
should
his
see his family eat. It's so funny. When his family eats, they'll be eating soup, and between each thing, they put down their spoon and then hold their hand like this, talk, and then they pick up their spoon again and then eat, and then put it down.
Dude, that's crazy. Your family would starve around me, dude. Around my family, we're like a fucking pack of rabid hyenas.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
learning.
that's
I'm
my
learning
family.
that living with Alex now. Just all this shit just disappears because I don't eat it fast enough.
Yeah, we will
That's
fucking.
no way to
It's
live.
law of the jungle.
We've created civilization.
Yeah,
We've done so much.
we literally-
And you're still pretending to be a monkey.
We literally will. Murad and I will tell people like when we are sitting at the table with like a bunch of family members and like we have a new person there, we'll be like, "There's a rule." Yeah, there's a rule. Like at the Piker table, if you don't fucking go for it like aggressively, you'll
go hungry.
leave hungry. Yeah. Is that
Okay,
odd?
I'll have another bite.
There's a guy with a gun who shoots.
I just don't understand how you're eating so. I don't understand how you're eating so slowly.
I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Dude, it's
I'm having a
weird.
great
You like put
time.
the sandwich down. You put you ate the first half, and then you put it down gently,
Yeah,
and then you wait. What the
I meant to
fuck?
throw it down.
done.
Eating slow, legit strat to get full faster. Yeah, but I don't.
want it,
I
though.
can't stop myself.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm too fat. I need to eat less.
I don't get it. Anyway, let's
League
continue.
apartment. Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life. Then Nickmercs, who's a pretty influential Call of
That's
Duty
him?
streamer.
Yeah.
He has over 7 million Twitch followers and 3 million YouTube subscribers. He responded to this
The
tweet
GOAT.
writing, "They should leave little children alone. That's the real issue." So Nick faced some backlash for this tweet. A bunch of people responded to it with criticisms. He also lost a brand deal with Call of Duty, his operator skin, which is basically like in Fortnite. You can play like as Among Us. You can play as the Among Us. It's a promotional player thing. It was removed from the Call of
play
Duty
as
store,
Nickmercs.
which will likely cost him.
Which is funny because like his thing is like a Spartan, objectively the gayest historical
Yeah.
group of men. Like
No, they're
just the
hot,
most
And
gay.
also actually did fuck kids. Like their
that
whole,
part too.
Their whole like
Yeah, they literally were
Anti-trans
doing.
conspiracy.
They were not leaving kids alone, dude. They were. They were not. They
though.
were,
Something's not adding up here, Nick.
yeah, they would toss the unfuckable ones to the wolves. They're like, this is not a sexy baby. Fuck this baby.
This is how we get a hot rate.
I don't know if they tossed the babies or if that was fake or not.
No, I saw it in 300.
I think they tossed the baby.
they were
I
like-
saw that.
Yeah, they were like, this is not a fuckable baby.
They
Outta here.
consult the Reddit chart.
This is a 3 out of 10.
No, let's
Is what is it? His zygotes are unaligned or whatever.
The zygomatic process.
Okay, let's continue.
good amount of revenue. I assume he makes commission or gets some kind of money from it because it's his face. But a lot of people, and I would argue far more people, at least as far as content creators go, they came out in support of Nick's post. You saw support from other major game streamers, some of whom publicly
Wait, so he
deleted
just
the game
always
in
dresses like
protest.
that?
Call of Duty.
This is a different guy. This is Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is another spot.
No, this is another. He's not a Spartan, but he did cheat on his wife publicly. Not with a man though.
Okay.
That would be
Not
fucked up. No, with a woman, which I made jokes about, and he got very upset at me.
Division made the decision to pull Nickmercs' skin bundle off the game. So what I got to do
When they actually pulled
is
this thing
uninstall
off.
the game. Number one, they either need to apologize publicly to him or reinstate his bundle
You need to
in order for me
apologize
to
Nickmercs.
consider playing Call of Duty
That's what
again.
he's
Many of his
saying.
fans and followers shared his post in support, and content creators from all realms of the internet made videos about this situation, most of which agreed with and supported his message. So today what we're going to do is look at some of those videos and the arguments made within them, and talk about why basically it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of crap, okay? It's a bunch of babungus, and we got to cut it down. So that's what we're going to do today. Make sure to like, subscribe, watch the video. Also join my Patreon, patreon.com/SAMSEN. Okay, so before we talk about Nick specifically, we got to back it up and give some context to the protests in Glendale. After all, his tweet only exists as a response to a video of that protest. So the narrative being presented by a bunch of content creators is that in Glendale, a bunch of concerned parents were protesting the LGBTQ influence in their schools, and then the radical leftist mob showed up and Antifa'd all over the parents, Antifa-lingly, all for the crime of defending their own children from indoctrination.
Concerned parents were protesting against far-left psychopaths. Can I say
That was tear
psychopaths?
gas.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
dude, I'm sorry, but like if your entire account revolves around you being a Gundam, like I don't want to hear from you on anything that's unrelated to Gundams. Okay, even Gundams I don't care to hear from you on, but like stay in your fucking lane, dude.
Yeah.
Also, why is he wearing
like Hunter
in
S.
his
Samsen.
in his avatar? He's wearing like the Dick Tracy, like he's wearing the tip milady hat, and he's smoking a gar.
Because he's cool. He's
I thought-
smoking.
I thought it
Yeah.
was the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas guy on his shirt.
No, that's him.
No, I think that's him.
Oh god, he smokes cigarettes. That's pretty cool.
Anymore. The concerned parents were then labeled anti-LGBTQ. Yes, respect other people's cultures and religions, unless they go against drag shows for kids.
Parents were outside the school board meeting protesting against the heavily politicized and heavily LGBTQIA+ curricula that is being pushed in the school district.
This is Fem Shabiro.
Brett Cooper.
Yeah,
She looks a bit like
a bit. She looks
a lot
identical
like
to.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
But it's not his sister. It's
No.
not Abby.
No, not Abigail. Not Abigail, my beloved, dude. What do
not
you
saying
mean?
why.
Wait, what? You don't know Abigail
You don't know
Shabibo? Are you kidding me? What was it? Classically Abby.
Yeah,
She's a YouTuber
yeah.
herself.
Great.
Yeah,
We're
we
big
signed up
fans.
to her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Exclusive.
what?
It's not OnlyFans. What's it called?
It's,
What kind of exclusive content does she have?
it
She
just
talks
teaches you
about
how to have
sex.
sex. Yeah.
It's great. We watched
What?
it. About like how if you're not happy in marriage sometimes, about how to get through
Just
it.
keep having.
Boring sex.
Use
That's
lube.
what she's. That's kind of sad.
It was actually pretty bad, that one.
It was a bit sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all normal advice, but it was also just like betrayed a lot of like unhappiness in
Yeah.
marriage.
District. And these parents were met with left-wing protesters outside, thought to be Antifa. I think most of them were probably Antifa. We're literally watching a video of parents and Glendale citizens defending themselves and their families against rabid militant members of Antifa who literally showed up to make this day violent.
Brawls break out between parents and LGBT activists outside a school board meeting, turned into fights between the predominantly Armenian community
They're having
and
sex? What's
activists.
happening there?
But the more interesting
Armenian
aspect is, it seems the activists are getting a lot of out-of-state support, and apparently some of
Well,
the
so you're not even
activists that were arrested
pro-LGBT,
outside
you're just
that school
anti-Armenian.
don't even
That's your side in this.
Oh, me?
struggle.
Yeah. No, that's why I saw that and I was like, this is my time to shine. I gotta slander the Armenians. They were trying to say that unironically when I was covering it. And I'm like, yeah, no, well, they're not even fucking Armenian. Like the people that got arrested are literally like Proud Boys from fucking like Irvine and shit. Like they're not even from Glendale. I'm on the right side on this anti-Armenian crusade. Okay.
And have kids that go to that school or even have their own kids. Where Andy No reports, one of the activists arrested actually had been arrested before involving a crime against a kid.
So first of all, what none of these videos mention is the fact that there were far-right agitators present at these protests. Agitators with histories of starting violence at protests. Let's meet some of those boys. Tony Moon, a self-described Christian patriot and
Not Armenian. Just gonna say that.
Antifa hunter. He was there. Hey, Tony. He was also present at the January 6th riot. In August of 2021, he was filmed attacking a journalist at an anti-vaccine protest while yelling, "Unmask them all."
Whichever one's mine.
Yo, stop it!
Unmask them! Unmask them!
Unmask them. You've got crazy sunnies
Lovely
on, dude.
guy, basically. Hey, Tony. Real quick, okay, I'm editing right now, but I just noticed the sign this lady's holding in this video of Tony. No hate. God made man and woman. Don't confuse our kids. In case anyone was wondering if these people are homophobic. Next, one of our big boys, Josh Fulfer, who's a far-right live streamer who traveled over 200 miles from Fresno to film the Glendale protest. He dressed in an End Trans Terror t-shirt.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to be from Fresno or to leave Fresno. That's my point on this.
Here he is pictured with Devin Nunes a while back flashing the white power symbol, which is an okay sign, but at the time it was being used as a dog whistle by the far right. It was a trolling thing, and if that sounds like far left wacko nonsense to you, check out this article about that situation. I'll leave it linked in the description. Adam Kiefer, who's a trucker from Southern California with a well-documented links to the Proud Boys, although he has denied being a member, which I love that, you know, he just goes to the rallies wearing the merch, but not as a member, as a fan. He's not a proud boy, he's just a Proud Boys stan. In April, Kiefer was filmed outside a Chino Valley school board meeting calling a photographer, Kelly Stewart, a series of slurs, including slur-loving, demon beep, beep boop, you two, don't take away my money. You did it to me last week and I'm so sad. Everyone go to my Patreon.
Do you have kids that go to the school?
Do you have kids that go to school, Pet?
This.
Get the phone out of my face before I smash it on the ground.
Dude, I love this guy. Like, in his mind, or in the minds of anyone, this guy's there to protect children. Like, yeah, I love protecting children by going out to random schools when I don't have a child there, or a child at all, and screaming slurs at kids and their parents. That's how I do it. I threaten the parents by beating them.
The kids are going to walk past and high-five him as they go.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sir, thank you. Yeah, fucking fat Fred Durst over here. Just, yeah, I got you. I'm fucking protecting you, dude.
You're violating a restraining order right now. You look at these people right here.
So all of these guys were there. And so all the complaints about Antifa members showing up from out of town without kids in the district.
He's like, I'm not even allowed to be here, legally speaking. This is around a school.
Apply to these far-right freakos. But curiously, none of these videos mention them at all. This allows for them to falsely frame the narrative as a conflict between innocent, concerned parents and left-wing violence making bad guys woke. And well, okay, so they were outside agitators on both sides then? Well, not really, because if we look to the parent side of things, the reality is made clear. The group of parents protesting, the ones wearing the Leave Our Kids Alone t-shirts, is a group organized by a far-right activist. This is Jordan Henry, who's been causing a ruckus in these meetings since he moved to Glendale in 2021. He's shown up at these meetings to complain about cultural Marxism, the LGBTQ agenda, and anti-white racism. He was the one who filed a records request for 1,300 documents from the district, which eventually led to a teacher being transferred out of the district over concerns for her safety. Henry also has a YouTube channel with 200 subscribers where he sings about the perils of wokeness. It's pretty funny, to be honest. Here's his hit single, American Commie demo, with 135 plays across all platforms.
American Commie, yeah. Give me some bell hugs. Tell me now all whites are crooks.
I'm not making fun of a small creator for being small, by the way. I'm just proud that I found this content. And would you believe it if I told you that Jordan Henry also does not have any children in the Glendale school district?
What?
Imagine my shock. And this isn't all to...
No way. Half these motherfuckers also homeschooled their kids. Yeah. Like, so... That's what makes it even funnier. But they're just like, they're doing it for the love of the game. You know what I mean? They're not really doing it because they think that they're saving children.
Say that there weren't parents there that disagreed with the initiative. There were, but they were undeniably influenced by a right-wing activist, and crucially, they were a very small minority in the district. Out of the 50 parents who spoke at the actual meeting, only 3 of them voiced disagreement with the initiative to recognize Pride Month. The school board ended up voting unanimously in favor of the initiative, as they have for the past 5 years. But you wouldn't know that if you watched any of the media coverage from these.
So that's what they did. They just
okay,
voted
so
for
now
Pride-
with that
to have
context
Pride Month.
established, let's return to our gamer boy, Nickmercs. So one argument I'm seeing repeated around his defense is basically, Nick was punished for merely stating his opinion. His opinion is innocuous, and most sensible, normal people would agree with it. It wasn't even about Pride Month or Call of Duty even. It's about letting kids be kids.
But at least in my opinion, Nickmercs really didn't do anything worthy of a cancellation at all. He really just put his opinion out there about a news topic in a little video clip, and now it's likely...
I like that it's like that's what it is. It's just like, oh, it's just an opinion. It's like, dude, he's like, when you're actively claiming that like whether willingly or unwillingly that you're like gay people are grooming children to be gay, that's like 8 different things that are so far away from reality, like that you can't just like be like, oh, it's an opinion, dude. I don't get it. Okay, well the brands are also, you know, saying that their opinion is they don't want to fucking collaborate with content creator that's saying that. You know what I mean? Nickmercs, MB Child. Oh God, stop.
Cost him millions of dollars.
Companies are so deathly afraid of the woke mob putting them in their crosshairs that they dare not allow parents to have opinions about their own kids.
To celebrate Pride, we silenced him from saying something that wasn't offensive, but it might be construed as offensive to the few people on Twitter that are mentally unhinged. The overwhelming majority of people don't see an issue with Nick's tweet.
Again, it's like, bro, you, like, what do you look like? You know what I mean? We don't know. You look like, you present yourself as a Gundam. Like, I don't know.
He's not one of those weird guys on Twitter.
Yeah. Are you not a weird guy on Twitter? You sound like one of those weird guys on Twitter. Like, you sound exactly how I assume like a Redditor sound like. Yeah. He just showed himself. Wait, he did?
That's Nickmercs.
No, that's Nickmercs.
Offensive, but it might be construed as offensive to the few people on Twitter that are mentally
Yeah, I don't think this is the Gundam person.
unhinged. The overwhelming majority of people don't see an issue with Nick's tweet because he didn't do anything but give an opinion that ain't even crazy. This is what they're calling anti-LGBT now.
Activision removes Nickmercs' Call of Duty bundle after controversial Pride Month comments. He didn't make any comments about Pride Month. He just said that children should not be exposed to content. Why is that a comment on Pride Month?
The opinion that Nick...
Wait, it's a Gundam face reveal?
That is not what he looks like.
No. I don't want to watch this. This is scary.
Are you guys joking or are you being for real?
Answer.
Oh.
That's how we got rid of people walking with their cell phones. Because the phone was busy killing the motherfucker. So
Is that him? Does that sound like the same
doesn't
voice?
look that bad.
No, it doesn't look that bad. He's also trying to make himself look like an old man here.
If the dude could read, he would understand that Nick was replying to a tweet about Pride Month. That's actually him. He deleted it. Why? He looks so good. I don't get it.
Sydney Watson, she's Australian.
Oh, she's the fucking worst.
Nick expressed is unbelievably innocuous, and it's one that even gay and lesbian people themselves express. However, yes, you are correct. It is 2023. We live in hell. We are on the Hell Gondola, and Activision took it upon themselves to punish a streamer.
It's so bad to be like far right, but use all the lamest like liberal kind of quotes.
Hell Gondola. We're in a fucking Hell Gondola.
You can be as racist as you want, and you're being so lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Aussies, man. Stay out of our politics, you know what I mean? And our country, really. That's what I say all the time.
For expressing an opinion that does not relate to them.
So this is the coward's argument, just playing dumb and acting as if he just tweeted out, you know, I hate pedophilia. Pedophilia is bad. And then the woke mob swooped in and took away his Second Amendment Call of Duty rights.
Yeah, the woke mob, Call of Duty was like, we love pedophilia.
Yeah.
Like, actually, what are you doing? Like, this is our market, dog. You can't do that.
Or whatever. It's and it's silly. He's responding directly to a controversy about Pride Month. The context of the tweet specifically he's responding to is a pro-Pride Month tweet, and he's insinuated that kids should be left alone by the Pride Month stuff, which left alone, you know, why leave them alone if there isn't some harm being caused there, right? And what does harm mean in this context? Well, it depends on who you ask, but for the majority of these right-wing figures, harm means making the kids gay and trans, transifying and gayifying the kids. They're talking about indoctrination. This cowardly framing that he's just sharing his opinion, oh, that's all it is, also ignores the larger context of the wave of anti-LGBTQ rhetoric and legislation and protests that have been happening in this country for a while. There have been thousands of school board protests. Many of them end up looking like this. It's being used as a culture war wedge.
At that point, just don't show it.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm sorry, Noah, but like, just don't show it.
Describe it to us.
What's going on right now? You know, just like reenact it or something. I don't know what's happening. Like, this is crazy. What's happening? Like, I get it. YouTube is very censorious. I understand, but like, come on.
Issue. Thankfully, you know, it's a kind of a losing battle, as we saw in the midterms. It doesn't really translate to votes, just culture war bullshit. But they are waging that war, and it is disrupting the education process, and that's bad. They are here feigning ignorance, acting like they don't know what they do know in order to defend Nick. Because Nick is saying what they believe, he's just saying it on a huge platform in a way that garners him plausible deniability.
I just don't think it's any place for a teacher or a school. I don't think it's the place to speak about things like that. It's not that I think that it shouldn't be spoken about. If that's what you got from that tweet, then you're just wrong. I don't have any quarrel with anybody in here. I don't have any quarrel with people.
I just hate his style
On the internet. It wasn't an...
He looks like a frat boy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've shared many a drinks with this man. I feel bad.
I don't know him, so I can.
I wish he didn't. I wish he didn't have these opinions. You know.
Wish he was just a regular Spartan guy. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not go that far. Okay. Let's not go that far, because that would be gay, and we don't like that. No, that's not. No. That's not good. His thing is Spartan, and he isn't even Greek. He's Macedonian. Okay.
Oh, to be fair,
no one cares about that.
I do.
Well, yeah. Like, what do you mean?
Anti, I guess that wasn't what it was. Now, listen, if you have issues with me or if you have issues with that tweet, then hey, listen, I'm down to agree to disagree. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. But if you think that I hate you because you're a certain way, you just couldn't be any more wrong. I do not feel that way. I just simply feel that I want to be the one and my wife wants to be the one to speak with our child about stuff like that.
Yeah, he wants to educate his children on Harvey Milk and stuff, like historical LGBT figures. That's it. That's all. He's actually more woke. He knows more than the teachers do, which is why he wanted to have this conversation with the actual adequate historical perspective. You guys you misunderstood what he was saying.
I don't hate gay people. You know, I just don't think that their existence or lives should be acknowledged in any way whatsoever in public. Not until everyone in the room is a legal adult. It really sucks for my kids if they're gay. They won't be able to talk about it until they're legally old enough to get kicked out, which would never happen. Unless they were gay. So the next argument I want to look at is the more mask-off one. Nick is right, they say. The kids should be left alone. By that, we mean leave the LGBTQ stuff out of schools entirely. Let the parents handle it, because the gay agenda is harming kids. It is using children.
Kids should not be exposed to adult content at all. Regardless of orientation or whatever, I think kids should not be involved to sexual content.
This is my favorite argument, because it's like, you know, like, you can't be a pregnant teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what are you kidding me? That means you fucked.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's
you can't do that. That's fucked up. Except, no, of course they don't. They would never say that, because that's normal.
Nickmercs simply stated, I want to raise my baby how I feel best. So some employees from Activision Blizzard, in a rush to punish anyone who dare challenge their narrative, somehow aligned a billion-dollar company with fringe activists that are willing to travel state to state to get into physical confrontations with parents to ensure they can show kids adult material.
To start off, notice how they're grouping in all these examples of other controversies that are totally unrelated to the Glendale thing. A adult material, books with sex in them, sexual content, a bunch of weird, scary gay stuff, and not, you know, a rainbow flag and some lessons about the Stonewall riots. That's the propaganda working full time there, grouping it all together and saying, wow, this is so scary and bad, let's exterminate it. Famously, this has never caused any problems as a form of propaganda against a minority. Okay, but for this one, let's do a little thought experiment, right? Let's say that we enforce this on a national scale, banned by federal mandate any discussions of LGBTQ issues in schools, and then applied this rule to all parents. They will teach it and not the school. The question then arises, what if they're homophobic? What if the parents are transphobic or homophobic? And worse yet, what if the kids of those parents happen to end up being gay or trans? One major reason for a curriculum that acknowledges the fight for LGBTQ rights throughout history and celebrates Pride Month is to normalize these things, so that the kids that fall into these...
Took my armrest, Hassan.
You're all bored?
No.
We don't. You don't have to keep watching. It's all good.
Categories can grow up knowing that they're not alone, and that it's okay for them to be who they are, and that they should fight for that against these harmful forces of social conservatism. If these curricula are banned, the result will be that some parents will lock their kids away until they're ready to be taught that gay people exist, which only serves to harm these kids, contribute to an environment of repression and shame, which is, you know, bad. I hope you think it's bad, because it's pretty sort of objectively bad.
Because he wants to be the person to teach his kids about this very important issue that is very personal, that is very intimate. He does not want to leave that in the hands of schools, which should not be a crazy extremist take.
But the more important thing here is that even if a lot of parents...
Yes, there's an echo because the fucking noise gate is off because their mics would not work without if the noise gate was on. Okay.
Sorry.
End up teaching the kids about these things. What sort of message is that sending to gay and trans kids? That their lives and existence must be hidden from view and can't be spoken about openly or represented in their schools, their community, the communities that they spend the majority of their time in. Straight kids are not treated this way for their sexuality. And the reason for that is,
I like this guy giving me tips on like how to run the production on the show. He's like, just mute the microphone. Yeah, so like when they want to speak, they'll end up talking to the mic. I will forget that I've muted the microphone, and then he'll tell me, and then we'll just spend 5 minutes trying to fix it. Yeah, that seems good.
You know the reason. The last thing I want to comment here is how extreme of a dynamic this creates when people make this argument. Any critique of Nick's tweet is being interpreted by these people as a as grooming. All Nick said was, leave the kids alone. If you don't like that, you must not want the kids to be left alone. You must be a groomer.
Regardless of orientation or whatever, I think kids should not be involved to sexual content. And I do find it very strange when people will take the opposing position to mine. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't help but feel like you're some kind of freak if you disagree with that statement.
He did not say anything about the LGBTQ plus community. He just said, leave the children alone, which should be a statement that everybody can get behind. It used to be a statement that people could get behind. That was a line.
Alone.
That's my
everything. Don't teach kids anything.
No, that's my statement. When I see like a kid in an Arizona parking lot trapped in a hot car, I'm like, just leave the kids alone. Like, what are you doing? Leave the kids alone. Just don't do anything.
Wolves raise all of our children.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Very consistent.
In the jungle.
Yeah, like the other day, some teacher tried to teach my child about chemistry. No thanks. Okay. We're not doing that. That's devil's language, okay?
That's
alchemy, we're not doing that. Leave them alone. No shot. You see a kid, even if it's yours across the street, exactly. Teach the children about the top of the hour ad break. Tell them that at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break, and that they should use their mommy's credit card to subscribe for $5 or for free to avoid those ad breaks. Or maybe they can get gifted a sub if they're lucky. Okay, lucky children, of course. Here's a 3-minute ad break now.
You seen how
we
hot
drew
Ben
in the
Shapiro's gone
sand.
recently?
Yeah, HRT's been great for her.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's so weird. His like face is like thicker.
Yeah.
And
Femme Shabibo, like she's shining.
Oh no, I mean the actual Ben Shapiro.
Oh,
he's gotten like.
I thought you were making a joke.
I thought you were making a joke as
I
well.
thought you were saying like
sick.
Yeah, wait, really? You actually think Ben Shapiro's hot
If you look
now?
at his recent videos, he's got like a jaw now.
I wouldn't say he's hot.
What?
He looks like a completely different
What's
man.
wrong with you? Okay, we gotta look him up now. What the fuck? I watch him all the time. I haven't
You haven't
noticed this.
He does not look anything like the Ben Shapiro I grew up with. See, look at that. That's what he
Well,
was
folks,
like,
Andrew
right?
Tate was in a
Look at him now.
the precise opposite
Okay, that's a bit
of the
different.
thing.
He looks pretty similar.
This is the
Okay,
guy.
What was I looking at? What was I looking at? I was
The
looking at
person-
a different video of him.
This is the
Fuck.
guy.
Damn it. Where is he? What was he talking
Really? This is the guy you said was hot. Let's keep watching. Let's see some more.
More recent one.
That was the most recent.
Dude, they want you fat, stupid, and lazy. KJP can't handle the heat.
Well, folks, when I critiqued Pound Town 2 the other day, I didn't.
I'm wrong. There was a video.
34 MKD 50. Thank you for the 50. Get the subs.
Damn it. I'll find him.
You'll find him. You'll find Hot Ben
where I
Shapiro.
saved Hot Ben Shapiro on my phone.
You saved him. You saved a photo of him. You're like, wow, he's looking hot.
He's looking good.
fucking thick,
like this
taut,
guy.
solid. Oh, Jesus Christ.
As a culture, as a society, that is no more.
When Call of Duty removes Nick's skin from the shop, it's because Call of Duty is a bunch of grooms. This is what makes it such compelling propaganda to a lot of people, is that to the uninitiated, this is a settled debate. Grooming is bad, and if you're okay with grooming, then you might be a groomer too, which ignores this false and bigoted premise that that has anything to do with LGBTQ rights. It's age-old propaganda. They've been doing this for a long-ass time. It's always been a lie. But if you're unaware of that history, if you're unaware of how this has been used against these communities, then you'll go on your stream and defend this kind of rhetoric because you don't know any better. And you are playing games all day. You don't really care. Not gamer shaming there. I'm gamer with a big platform promoting homophobia shaming. A little different. The last argument I want to go over is an interesting one because it's sort of accidentally Marxist. A few people brought up the fact that in some countries, Activision removed the pride flags from the Call of Duty item store and that this represents a lack of consistent principles. They don't really care about gay rights, so the argument goes, because if they did, they'd keep the flags in the game in every region. They'd stick to their values.
Ironically, it's also been shown and proven that Call of Duty censors all the LGBT pride stuff in the Middle East, which proves that all of this is performative.
Call of Duty Warzone, Modern Warfare, and Warzone 2 censored its Pride Month flags in the Middle East. They replaced the flags with blacked out images. If Blizzard and these other gaming companies actually cared about this group of people, they would never host something in a country that goes against all of their values. They just wouldn't even do business with them.
Now, Activision's statement about Nick's skin removal, might lead one to believe that they do have some principles regarding Pride Month. They do have LGBTQ employees, probably, and they definitely have LGBTQ members of their player base. At the very least, some principle is represented here in their decision to cancel the promotion of one of their biggest streamers because of his tweet. But ultimately, any principle that they may have towards inclusivity will always be trumped by the principle of profit. They are a games company looking to sell games. If their marketing team has determined that pride flags will lose them money in some regions, pride flags will be gone in those regions. That's just the way it is. This accusation is an attempt
all the
to
time in
point out
Saudi Arabia.
hypocrisy. You know, abide by your principles, you bigots. But it rings hollow because in both of these cases, Activision is not breaking their principles. They're not contradicting themselves. They are adhering to the logic of capitalism. Okay, so now let's try to answer the question, is Nickmercs a bigot? He said on his stream that he doesn't hate members of the LGBTQ community. He just wants to teach his own kids about them. It's his kid. Let him teach him how he wants. And the thing is, one doesn't have to say, I hate gay people in order to support a movement that hates gay people. All it takes in this case is entering into a tense political debate about human rights and making a statement that associates a group of people with grooming, that insinuates that children are being harmed by this movement. In his tweet, he is making the same argument that's been made about the LGBTQ community for decades, that these kids aren't being left alone. And that they
What?
Yeah, bro, we were fucking phasing up back then.
Those are cool guys.
We were fucking phasing up.
Not a gay man in the building.
A complete frat boy in that photo as well.
I mean, you know, it's not. I don't know why you had to say that. No, I don't look like that at all. Yeah.
Is he standing on someone?
Yes, dude. No, he's 6'10".
Wait, really?
No.
Oh.
No.
You can see his knees in this photo. No.
And XQC as well.
Oh yeah, XQC's
in the back with his Gamba Casino shirt. So much in this photo.
should, because bad stuff will happen if they aren't. That their existence, in this case, the existence and acknowledgement of Pride Month, wow, that's such a crazy thing. This should all be hidden from view and relegated to the confines of your own home. That is bigotry. And whether Nick meant it that way or not, that is what he is tacitly endorsing when he enters into this conversation without really having the full context. And yeah, you know, I think it's bad. So anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys.
Yeah, well.
So that's it. Now you know. Now you know the saga.
Whoa.
Now you understand it. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm on Nickmercs' side now after learning all the context.
Dude, me too. Thank God. That's what I was thinking too. Now you know the lore.
I thought there was going to be something else. So he was just like, no, don't teach kids about Pride Month at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to be the one who teaches his kids.